everybody to our best practice call, empowering patients and building a pro-home culture. And we'll go ahead and get started with Tiffany kicking us off.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tiffany Reese-Arrington, and I am the Healthy Living slash Vaccinations project manager for IPRO. Recently, within this last year, a year and a half maybe, we decided to take the approach of healthy living versus just straight vaccinations, because we understand that patients are in a place of fatigue and hesitancy due to post-COVID. And so we wanted to do a broader scope of making sure that our patients are getting holistic approach to health, meaning we want to make sure that their nutritional and their physical and their mental and social aspects of life are touched on. Because again, if we're going to talk about healthy living, it's a holistic approach rather than just straight vaccinations. So when we released this about a year and a half ago, I started with the healthy living curriculum, which has been phenomenal in quite a few facilities. We encourage facilities to partner up and have healthy living champions within their clinic, someone that enjoyed talking about exercise, maybe talking about educating patients. And it wasn't just on an educational platform for patients, it was more of a teamwork so professionals could get involved as well. And so I released the curriculum, and one facility, three actually, in particular in New York City, was so appreciative of the information. They actually implemented their own PEEP program, which is called Patient Education and Engagement Program. And in short, it's created to provide activities that will empower patients and staff to make a positive choice changes, lifestyle changes that will lead to wellness and a high quality of life while on dialysis. And so I am pleased and proud to present Ms. Francesca Clement and Maria Siciliano. They are the dietitians that help with this PEEP program in New York. Take it away, ladies.
Hi, good morning. I'm Francesca Clements. I am the Assistant Director for Bethpage Dialysis at NYU Langone.
And my name is Maria Elena Siciliano. I'm the Administrative Dietitian at NYU Langone Hospital, Long Island.
Okay, so our Patient Education and Engagement Program, PEEP, we decided to develop this to build on a patient education program that we had already had in place that had kind of been more isolated to each unit doing their own thing, each discipline doing their own thing. So we wanted to develop something that brought everybody together in a multidisciplinary.
We can tell her when we want the next slide.
Multidisciplinary program. Next slide, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the PEEP program? The PEEP program was created to increase patient engagement in their healthcare and help foster stronger nurse-patient relationships through health literacy and efficacy.
Next
slide, please. So it's a lot of animations here. So can you go back?
I think when we say next, just click.
Yeah.
It's a click. Thank you.
So self-efficacy is defined as one's belief and one's ability to succeed in specific situations or accomplish certain tasks. Interventions to improve self-care and have led to improvements. So health literacy is the degree to which individuals have the ability to find, understand, and use information and services to inform health-related decisions and actions for themselves and others. So this program will help empower patients to make positive behavioral and lifestyle changes and improve their overall health and well-being. Next slide, please. So the goal of PEEP, the goal is to achieve lasting changes in behavior by providing patients with the knowledge to make the decisions and take ownership of their care as much as possible and improve their own outcomes. Next slide, please. So why is this important? So providing quality education can help patients better understand their condition, their care, and they may avoid unnecessary complications and hospitalizations. Next slide, please. So that's just a nice quote that we kind of use for PEEP. It's, people will never forget how you treated them and how you made them feel. So this is something that we keep in mind when we're creating our PEEP lobby days. Next slide, please. So the PEEP program components, we'd like to do individual and group education. Printed educational materials, we do print those out in English and Spanish for our populations. We do lobby days with this information, and we've also added fun days for patients and staff, which really help motivate participation. Theme days, we have one coming up for the summer, like a luau Hawaiian theme, so that should be very fun. Next slide, please. So this is a multidisciplinary team approach. So nurses, our RNs and our LPNs, our dietitians, our social workers, our nurse educators, and our dialysis associates or dialysis techs, depending on the area, all become involved and participate with the fun days and the lobby days for patients. Next slide, please. So currently our 3 dialysis units are involved in PEEP and holding PEEP lobby days and fun days. So that is the NYU Langone Long Island Mineola location, NYU Langone Long Island Bethpage dialysis, and the NYU Langone Suffolk dialysis. Next slide, please. So some of the educational topics that we have done in PEEP would be disease understanding, really focusing on kidney disease and how it affects the patient and the patient's family. Modality options, we do a lot of lobby days for home dialysis and PD options. Medication management, MedRecs, the importance of, reporting medication changes to the nurses and how medication management just help the patients with that. Nutrition and lifestyle changes. Maria has a lot of good information on nutrition, and we do a lot of lobby days focusing on nutrition and healthy changes. Symptom monitoring. We did have a recent lobby day where we did meditation and relaxation techniques for patients just to help them with the stress of, being on dialysis, coming 3 days a week, and helping them just relax. Our social work does lobby days on travel and transportation opportunities for patients. We do let the patients know if they want to travel, that is possible. So social work will work with them to, facilitate them traveling. And then our big lobby days that we do a couple times a year is the vaccination and infection prevention lobby days, where we try to educate patients on vaccines and vaccine information, vaccine safety, and just trying to promote vaccines. Next slide, please. So some of the hurdles that we have come across while doing this PEEP program, different languages. Spanish is less of a hurdle than the other languages because we do have a lot of materials printed in Spanish, but we do have other languages in our units that could be an issue. Finding that educational material. Advertising and promotion, increasing awareness of the PEEP lobby days, and increasing participation. And staff availability sometimes can be a challenge if we have enough staff, extra staff to come out and participate in the lobby days. Next slide, please.
Oh, thank you, Fran. Now let me share the impact of PEEP on our patients. Next. Okay, education is provided by each discipline, right? Initially at 90-day point annually, and as prompted by monthly lab results or dialysis experience. So PEEP provides refreshers on basic dialysis topics that have been covered already. Next. PEEP provides exposure to not so common topics, such as spiritual and intellectual health, as recommended by the Healthy Living curriculum, thanks to IPRO's support. Next, PEEP encourages patients to voice their questions and to suggest future topics. Patients get involved and they also feel heard. Next, PEEP creates fun experiences to look forward to and participate in. Some patients ask when the next fun day will be and start thinking and planning. Some patients employ family members in preparing for a fun day outfits. The fun extends beyond the dialysis centers. Next, PEEP enriches patient-staff interactions, contributing to improved social connectedness. PEEP increases meaningful contacts before and after chair time, dialysis chair time. Next, PEEP contributes to patients feeling appreciated and cared for like family. For example, on Patient Appreciation Day, the spotlight shines on our patients as integral players of the care team. They're not only cases that we deal with, but they are members and players in the care team. Next. Yes, so we were asked to share the impact of PEEP on patients, but I couldn't help but share also the impact on staff and the dialysis units. So PEEP ties multiple initiatives by different departments into a cohesive program of patient experiences. So I want you to imagine beads of pearls, like pearls. PEEP actually is the thread that makes them into a necklace that is more functional than just isolated pearls. Next, PEEP serves as a platform for interdisciplinary collaborations. Different disciplines work together, providing patient education and engagement activities. PEEP identifies a common monthly theme or focus, and this is very, very helpful because it allows for variations in timing, format, and content to suit each unit's patient population. Remember, we are a group of 3 dialysis centers working together. So it is very, very helpful. The IPRO Healthy Living curriculum helped us also identify topics for each month. That is in addition to what we have identified as needed by our patients at that point in time, in that month, but because the common thread is the theme, right? So we can adjust, and delivery may be different in another unit. I will share with you one example. There was one time when food drive was an activity that we picked for the month. In Mineola, because of our patient population, the social workers initiated a food drive among staff members so that the food collected were distributed to patients who were in need. In Bethpage, the food drive involved the patients. They collected, staff and patients collected food, and they donated that to Long Island Cares. So it's like, I think at that point, the Suffolk Dialysis Center was not yet part of our planning thing. So I don't know what they could have done if they were part of us. But it's a common theme, a common activity, but it can be tailor-made or to meet whatever is needed in the specific dialysis center.
Yes.
Next, PEEP encourages sharing of ideas and resources among the 3 units to support each other. So we just share. If, like, say, for example, I usually create the flyer. So that flyer, I share with everybody. They just modify it to meet whatever, like the address at the bottom of the flyer, they can change that. but then they don't have, not each unit will have to spend time creating it, you know, and then whatever resources, materials we find out, and we are thankful again to IPRO because they also send us materials that we can use for these lobby days. Next. PEEP fosters dynamic staff-patient relations. Like the lists that we shared with you today are not exhaustive, but I think they captured significant observations that we had. So the last few slides are visual reports of our PEEP experience at the NYU Langone Hospital Dialysis Centers. Next. Education. Okay, so you see there next. You see there we have a nurse educator, and we have photos with patients in them, but we cover their faces later. Next. This is an example of a flyer that we use, and we just change it. And we have we sent this to the language assistance program of the hospital, so it's translated into Spanish. We also had to, I remember at the beginning, we had to submit this to the family education, like patient education, something committee of NYU Langone. So they looked at the wordings so that it is in plain language and it is patient friendly. So next, we have connections. So you will be able to figure out why those M&Ms are there. Next. Okay, so you have their connection, staff and patients, and staff with staff. Next. Social work and a patient. Next. These are patient and patient become, like they have become friends and dressing up together, excited all the time. Next. Their staff and patient again. Next. This is like, we had like a cookbook raffle this past March, which was participated by many patients, and we had 6 winners. This was in the Mineola unit. Next. Celebration. Okay, next. 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 And next. Okay, we even have a centenarian, like he turned 101 this year. This last, the last photo that we have there. In the one where you have an, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, the third, oh no, the second photo from your right at the bottom, you see there our nurse educator, Jen. She was like assisting a patient pick his gift or his question because it was the wheel of fun was going around, roaming among the patients and giving them a chance to answer fun questions and then earn like a small but special prize. But special prize. Yes. Next. Then we have our this lady with a lion. What's this? Face mask. She was one of our patients, always like coming in, and she got transplanted, but she was one of our like faithful participants. Next. Yep, yeah, see there. Next. Okay, next. Okay. And I think that's it. Next. Thank you very much for your time and for the opportunity given us to share.
Does anybody have any questions for us?
There is a question in the Q&A. I don't know if anyone saw that, but they asked what the difference between a fun day is and a lobby day, like how those are different. Or
a fun day is where we pick a theme. and it's like a dress up, decorate the units. Everybody comes in some sort of like either a costume or a themed event. Like we've had sports day where everybody wore their favorite team shirt or a jersey. For St. Patrick's Day, everybody wore green and shamrocks. Like a fun day is just what it is, a fun themed day just to, everybody to participate and, have fun. Where the lobby day focuses on the education topic that we choose for that month. So we meet, our team meets once a month, and we brainstorm ideas for lobby days. It may come from the IPRO Healthy Living suggestion. It may come from a patient suggestion, or if there's something particular for that time, like immunization, vaccines, we usually do in September. So it's things like that. We focus on nutrition and healthy meal options around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, just for holiday celebrations, so patients don't get themselves into trouble. So that's really the difference of the lobby day and the fun day, but we like to incorporate them at the same time, just so it's a lot of participation. We even have a patient here at our Bethpage unit that decorates her car for the fun day. So like for yesterday, for Cinco de Mayo, she had sombreros and all sorts of fun stuff on her car. So some patients are very into it. They really enjoy participating. It's like, they come here 3 times a week. This is really in their job. So the fun day for them is, exciting.
Yeah. I think it adds some lightness to the seriousness of their life on dialysis.
That's amazing. And I know Tiffany has talked with you often about, how you've incorporated the IPRO materials. And I really want to commend you because, we're here to support. And I know that a lot of programs have really great materials, and it's just all about kind of utilizing every resource out there, right? So it's really wonderful that you've taken your program, you've got certain things you want to stress in your program, but you've also kind of supplemented and used some of the things that we have so that it kind of all comes together. So thank you for doing that. That's exactly the goal and the aim of us kind of sending things out there. Hopefully we hit spots you aren't able to cover, and we all work together to get everything to the patients that we need.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. A lot of collaboration.
Are there any more questions? I did have a question. Since you've implemented PEEP into your program, have you seen any changes with buy-in from staff and patients in regards to your vaccines? Do they seem more inclined and open to have conversations? Maybe still say no, but at least have the conversation.
Vaccines are still a challenge for us in all of our sites. We do focus, like I said, multiple lobby days on vaccines throughout the year. They do, conversations are had with patients. I can't say it has tremendously increased our vaccination rates, but, any bit helps, working towards education and promoting vaccine safety. So it's a work in progress.
You're not going to change the world in 24 hours, but at least if you can get one at a time, that's always a good thing.
The conversation going and the opportunity for questions open.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Fran. Are there any more questions out there? Well, if you like to add more questions, you're more than welcome to put it in the chat. I will not hold up. Thank you, Fran. Thank you, Maria, for joining and showing your PEEP program. I'm looking forward to hearing what 2025 is bringing your way.
Thank you.
There's another couple of questions, Tiffany, that dropped in. In the Q&A. What challenges have you had getting people involved? There's 2 more questions, so if we can take those, but that's one of them.
Getting involved with staff members or with patients?
I'm assuming it means patients, but they didn't specify.
Okay. Well, some patients, need a little bit more encouragement, a little more TLC, a little more open communication and conversation. So, we do work with all disciplines. We have social work involved. We have nutrition, nursing. So sometimes a different approach from a different discipline helps, open that communication.
Say for example, during lobby days or before the lobby days, like a week before the lobby day, I will be posting flyers
Advertising, yes.
in English and in Spanish, but not everyone is like drawn to looking at the posters. So we do have rounds. So especially on like maybe 2 days before the lobby day or something, or at the lobby day, or more specifically during the lobby day, I will walk around the treatment area and increase awareness and recommend that LPNs, nurses, direct your patients to stop by at the lobby table, at the PEEP table outside, or I'll talk with specific patients. So we have something for you today.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to stop by. And so people at the front desk also are alerted so that they can also help remind. So it's like a team.
It's a team approach. It definitely is a team approach.
The other one that's in the Q&A, and I know there's a couple dropping in chat, Tiffany, so maybe you can pick those up, but have these programs decreased dropout rates? I'm assuming they mean patients not coming or missing dialysis, things of that nature.
We have had a lobby day on, minutes matter.
Yeah. I think the ones that are like either no shows or leaving before the end of their prescribed time, we have repeat offenders. So it's probably every unit has repeat offenders. No matter, even if we turn blue, explaining to them all the benefits of showing up and completing treatment time, but that does not discourage it. We just continue reminding them.
And we give them the information that we have.
Beautiful. The questions in the chat, beyond the Spanish translation that you do you have education material? I'm assuming this would be me, education material in Vietnamese. I personally do not have Vietnamese education material. However, we encourage you to use all these AI systems, these Google translators. Maybe work with your facility to see if they have it or they can translate it for you. If it's in a situation where you're not able, you have like a mass population of Vietnamese, reach out to me. Maybe I can find out alternative ways for you to receive that information. But for you, there is a question. What time do you typically do lobby days? In this facility, their clientele, their patients kind of stagger in and out. And they typically do not want to stay for education. Do you do like all day lobby days where you intermingle your IDT team? Is there a specific time?
Well, during the shift turnovers, when there's a lot of patients in the lobby, either waiting to come in or, ready for leave for the day, that's when we usually capture a lot of them. The lobby day does go all day. It's really focused on that turnover shift time. And then, the staff does have opportunity to walk around the unit, while they're being treated and continue education.
For sure. I remember I used to do parades when all my patients were on, and we would do gown parades and just kind of wait till everybody was on, and then we do it one time, but then we would educate patients throughout the day, alternating our staff to educate patients. So, but I am extremely excited about this program. We do know that the initiative of America is a healthy America, so that you are already ahead of the game. You've already implemented, your staff knows, your patients know, and so this is just grow from here on out. So I do not want to take too much more of your time.
Hey, Tiffany, we have one more question.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, they're going in the Q&A, but somebody wanted to know, how do you get home patients to come in on non-scheduled days? So people are very interested. So.
Oh, well, for home patients, what I do is communicate, just because of Bethpage does not have a home program. Mineola has a home program. And Suffolk has a home program too. in Mineola, I communicate with the nurse manager of the home dialysis program, and I tell them, okay, so do you think these information are pertinent to your patients? So we give them the materials. Just because the patients come, like, you know how it is, they are scheduled, spread out throughout the month, but we make the information available to the nurse manager so that when the patients come in, they will not be left out.
I love that. And I've also heard of home programs that actually have like group therapy programs. So they schedule monthly interactive group programs where all the patients come in, do their dialysis, and they do maybe bingo that night. They may do like a themed event. I remember there was a social night at one of my clinics, and it was phenomenal. It was like almost 20 people in the room, and I was like, geez, we can't even get patients in center like this. So it's encouraging when you can have a home department that can, build their own PEEP program. Are there any more questions? I do not want to hold up the next speaker. I'm looking forward to hearing this one too.
I don't see any more, Tiffany, sorry.
Okay. Please feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions. And thank you, Fran, and thank you, Maria. I look forward to talking to you.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Yvonne. I'm one of the quality improvement leads for home dialysis here at IPRO. I just wanted to again thank everyone for joining today, and it's my pleasure to introduce a dedicated professional whose work is making a real difference in the world of kidney care. Our presenter has been leading innovative efforts to transform how both staff and patients understand and embrace home dialysis. Through a thoughtful and proactive approach, they've been building a strong pro-home culture, one that empowers patients with knowledge, supports staff through ongoing education, and ultimately helps more people experience the freedom and flexibility of dialyzing at home. Today, they'll walk us through some specific actions they've taken to drive this cultural shift and share some of the lessons that they've learned along the way. So please help me in welcoming Annette to the call.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. My name is Annette Hyde. I'm a facility administrator at Centers Dialysis Care. Next slide, please. So the purpose for the presentation today is to share some best practice ideas that we have utilized at our dialysis facility to build and grow our home program through patient and staff education. Next slide, please. So we developed 3 activities: the treatment modality option questionnaire for the patients. The staff participated in the kidney health coach program, and we also developed an educational material toolkit. Next slide, please. So the objective for the treatment modality option questionnaire was to assess patients' knowledge of treatment modality options and to determine their individual learning needs. Next slide, please. So we decided to use a dichotomous survey scale because they're easier to understand and to answer the question. They tend to yield higher response rate, and data collection and analysis tends to be quicker because we wanted to get a quick snapshot of where the patients are in terms of their knowledge regarding treatment modality options. Next slide, please. So the questionnaire included the patient name and medical record number. It also included the reasons for conducting the survey. And patients were asked whether they were informed of in-center hemodialysis, peritoneal dialysis, home hemodialysis, and transplant. Next slide, please. So this is what the questionnaire looked like. It was developed in Spanish and English because we do have a large number of Spanish-speaking patients. So the questionnaire informed the patient as to why we're performing the survey, and also had the question and the responses. So the questions were, has anyone informed you about the following treatment option? In-center hemodialysis, peritoneal dialysis, home hemodialysis, and transplant. And patients were to circle yes if they were informed of any of these treatment options, and no if they were not informed. Next slide, please. So the questionnaire was developed in collaboration with the interdisciplinary team, myself, our nurse manager, our social worker, and also our medical director. And the questionnaires were distributed and administered to our current in-center dialysis staff, dialysis patients by the clinical staff. Next slide, please. So a total of 70 patients completed the questionnaire, and these were the findings. We had 69 patients who said that they were informed of in-center hemodialysis, and one patient says they were not. We had 33 patients who said they were informed about peritoneal dialysis. 37 said they were not. Home hemodialysis, 39 patients says they were informed, and 31 patients says they were not. And for kidney transplant, we had 55 patients who said that they were informed and 15 patients who said that they were not. Next slide, please. Okay, so what the data showed was that peritoneal dialysis was the #1 treatment modality that patients says that they were not informed about, followed by home hemodialysis and transplant. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So the anticipated outcomes were that we would have been provided with insights into the patient's educational needs, which we were given the data findings for PD education, that patients will express interest in home dialysis, which they have. We now have patients who are expressing interest in home dialysis, and we believe it is because of this process that we've initiated. And to help us to develop an effective patient educational program so we can center what we teach the patients based on the findings of the questionnaire. Next slide, please. The change in process since the in-center patient questionnaire was implemented was that the social worker will distribute and administer the questionnaires upon patient admission and as needed, and that patients will be referred to the home dialysis coordinator for follow-up and education. We decided to utilize this process because when we get a new admission, the social worker is usually the first person that the patient comes in contact with because they have to sign their admission packet. So we thought that this was the best place to start the process. So the social worker administered the questionnaire upon admission and also provide a brief overview of the different treatment modality options that are available to the patient and provide the patient with literature also about treatment modality option. Because the goal is by the time the patient goes to the in-center treatment area for dialysis treatment, the patient is already aware that there are other treatment modality options available to them. Next slide, please. The second activity that we participated in was the Kidney Health Coach Program that is sponsored by the American Kidney Fund. So the staff participated in the Kidney Health Coach Program to better assist us to educate patients about kidney disease and treatment modality options. Next slide, please. So the Kidney Health Coach Program is sponsored by the American Kidney Fund. It provides education for health professionals and also lay audiences so that we are better able to educate patients and the community about preventing and managing kidney disease. So this is a 2-hour self-paced training course that includes 4 modules. Self-paced in the sense that you don't have to finish all the modules at one sitting. You could do module 1, and then the next day you do module 2, module 3, module 4, and then you complete the program. And that is the website, kidneyfund.org/KHC, that you can sign up to register and take the course. Next slide, please. Why do we become why is it important to become a coach? Because you learn about kidney disease, help people at risk or living with kidney disease learn about managing their health and improving their overall quality of life, to raise awareness about kidney disease and help people learn how to prevent it. and you serve as champion for preventing and inspiring people living with kidney disease. Benefits to coaching is that you have access to a number of KHC tools and resources. You're provided with guidance and support from dedicated AKF staff. You have connection and engagement with other coaches as well. And your continued learning and training opportunities through KHC collaboration. So there's a lot of benefits for becoming a coach. Next slide, please. So how did we implement this process? We implement this process by sending the link to the staff to sign up, and we provided support and guidance for them on how to sign up and provided staff reminders as well. Next slide, please. The outcome is that the clinical staff have completed the program, RNs, PCT, dietitian, and social worker. And we are planning that for new hires, we are going to educate them and encourage them to take the program as well. I think it's an excellent tool for staff who does not have dialysis experience. The dietitian and social worker has verbalized that they were very happy that they took the course because it provided them with knowledge that they did not have prior to taking the course. So we're happy about that. Next slide, please. So when you're finished taking the course, you're issued a certificate of completion, and then we place this in the employee files. And I believe that you receive 2 CEU credits upon completion as well. Next slide, please. We believe that the Kidney Health Coach program bolsters health equity. And it does so because when we provide education, it supports our initiative to enhance health equity and reduce health disparities. It increases patient awareness of treatment modality options, and it assists us to identify social determinants of health barriers that contribute to lower patient choice of home dialysis. And then it serves to bolster our overall goal of enhancing health equity and reducing health disparities. Next slide, please. Can you go back, please? There is something missing from the slide. There was a quote that was attached to the slide.
I'm sorry, Annette, this is the only thing on that slide that I see.
Okay, so I will just read it on my end. When we were preparing for our health equity staff training, we came across a quote from Bono, and it says, "Where you live should not determine whether you live or whether you die." It's included here because we believe that patients, if they're given adequate education, they are more likely to choose the best treatment options that are available to them. This is important because we know that home dialysis improves quality of life, and home dialysis also decreases mortality rates. And in fact, this is one of the motivating factors for our participation in the Health Coach program, because we recognize that if the staff are knowledgeable, they will be effective in educating the patients. Next slide, please. So we developed an educational toolkit to provide an organized space for staff to obtain patient educational materials. It's organized with a table of contents, and within the toolkit, you have topics and links to educational material, for example, vascular access, treatment modality option, adequacy of dialysis, and it is saved on the computer share drive so that all of the staff have access to it. The nurses can access it from the nursing station so that they can also print information from the nursing station from the share drive to educate patients. We recommend that you update the toolkit periodically. IPRO Learn has some wonderful patient educational materials. So when we go on a monthly basis, it's great if we can download information from there and include it in the toolkit. Next slide, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so with our patient modality questionnaire, the kidney health coach program, and the educational toolkit that we implemented, we're hoping that these three interventions will help us to grow our own program and also to educate our patients in general. Thank you.
Thank you. And I love the survey that you have introduced with the patients to kind of evaluate what your needs are and move forward with it. I think that was a really great idea. Does anyone have any questions for Annette?
Yeah, I love using that health coach program. Yvonne, I know you've been really advocating for that, and that's a great idea. And that I see that a couple people say they have admin assistants doing their, their admissions, which I agree. It's really the perfect time to start talking at admission. But um, I think even an admin assistant, can be trained to encourage home. Maybe they can't answer all the detailed questions, but I think they could be, shared with some information about some of the benefits and how to consider it, and maybe refer to a home nurse or a KCA or somebody like that. Do you have any experience with that, Annette? Do your admin assistants get involved in at all learning about home or support that?
Not currently. So we decided to start with the clinical team. The potential for that to happen is always there, but I think it's important that if we decide to go to that route, it's important that they themselves be educated also about treatment modality option. So we may just encourage them to take the kidney health coach program as well, so that they can gain that additional knowledge that they will need.
Yeah, I know we've been working on kind of a pro culture, home culture, materials and releases. And one of the things, and I don't know, Yvonne, if you have any other providers or anyone you've talked to that do this with admin assistants, but one of the things we encourage is like every single person in the dialysis unit knows about home enough to, talk about it. So, is there any models you're aware of, Yvonne, where they have like the admin assistants or anything involved with that?
That's just one of the things that we're kind of rolling out is the pro home culture and just kind of getting everyone on the team. And one of the biggest things too is like celebrating those successes when patients go home as well, getting the whole team on board, like not just having it for the home program, having the whole in-center team excited for the patient and bringing the patient back for their graduation and just kind of celebrating those successes, everyone with the patients. So that is something that you'll be seeing more of coming up in iPro Learn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it really makes a difference. I know that I don't know if that was last year, Yvonne, or the year before, where we featured that VP who basically even took like home dialysis machines. She had her home trainers come and she took the home dialysis machines and the PD supply. She showed all the staff, including Rods and everybody, what it was like to do home dialysis, because she just felt like everybody from, ground up needed to know what the different, and it opened the door for people being, more accepting and exciting, and then everyone talked the same talk. So it's kind of nice, even if you can have your home trainers bring in equipment and have people do some hands-on with it too. That was another really great thing that I thought helped build that pro home culture. Oh, there's something in the QA. I don't know if you're seeing that. Okay, they were asking about the sign up for the health coach program, so I think that's the same question.
Yeah, we shared the link in there too. And I've taken that as well. And it's easy. You don't have to do it all at once, but it does kind of give a nice overview, especially as Annette was saying, for people who are clinical, but not like medically kind of, so it's a great curriculum that'll go over things. And I think it's great for everyone in the facility to take.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, and we have a comment about CCHT that's been doing this for 20 years, and they do the conversation and discussion. And I know that even on one of our teammates is a CCHT that's been around for a long time, and she was a home trainer. So I think everybody can get into the act, right? I think it's just, maybe there's some particular things about how to manage your catheter or your connection that really home nurses need to be, part of that. But I think the basic understanding of the benefits and how patients could do it and how they could adopt it in their life is important for every staff member to be able to teach and educate. And we have many CCHTs that are part of that process and part of that education chain and very helpful in that. I don't see any other questions though, Yvonne. It looks really good.
Yeah, I don't either. I've seen a few comments, and I love Tabitha put a comment in there too. I love that as well, that she's knowledgeable about PD and in center. And a lot of times the patients are more trusting of people that they work closely with. So I think it's great that to hear about these pro-home cultures that facilities have. So thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
I feel like we should circle back with Annette because she's really doing the legwork to make that pro home culture, right? I mean, this is really great, Annette, what you're doing. And I'd love to see like a year from now, like, oh, we just, everything's turned on and we're doing great with it. So I really think it's nice you started with data, you got information, you've launched a program, you're figuring out how to like develop that and get that going for the whole, all your facilities. So I think this is really great. So hopefully we can check back and share some of Annette's success in the future.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, if we have no other questions for Annette, we thank you all for joining our best practice call. And we do have our next one that is scheduled for May 20th, and we hope that you all can attend that one as well. I'm going to drop a survey in the chat. If you could please fill that out. It will also be sent to you via email as well. So thank you all for joining again, and thank you to our presenters. We had a great 2 presentations today, and we hope to have more on May 20th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.